But
Yeah,
you started off warming up and all that. And are you on PlayStation, Xbox, PC? Like which one?
PC.
PC? Oh, okay. So that works out
Yeah.
really good. A few ways the sessions go down. Usually, one is if you happen to have replays already, like, I can look over something, start directing you on the plays as well. Or I can view live gameplay of you since, we're both on Discord and you can share your screen and then I can look over what's going on and start directing from there. I also offer like playing in casual games too, and start directing immediately. Though I usually like to save that for later when we figure out what the problems are to begin with.
Okay. Yeah, I don't mind sharing my screen, and we'll see if my computer will handle it. If not, then I'll figure something else out. But
Yeah,
yeah, we
no
could try
problem.
that.
And also, I don't mind going a little bit over time too, because I want to make sure everything you get all the information too. So don't worry when it hits. Are you Pacific time? I don't know. Like for me, it's 7:47 right now. So if it were to go to 8:45 or whatever, don't worry about it. Just want to make sure everything's good to go. So even if we have
Okay.
technical
Appreciate it.
difficulties and all that, so we
All
could
right.
try it out. The screen sharing. If it does lag your
All right.
computer and it makes it really hard to play, then you can play a game, uh, or yeah, just one game will be fine actually, and then we can start reviewing that immediately.
Okay. See if it'll. Oops. Move that.
And what rank are we right now?
I hit platinum one on threes. Probably a couple weeks ago. I haven't really played that too much in the last couple weeks, and then today I hit platinum one on duos or duels.
Okay. Do you play with anyone too?
Twos. I don't really. I
Pretty much just
I
solo queue.
yeah. I my brother-in-law plays, but he hasn't really been available, so I haven't been playing too much with him.
Mm-hmm. And if you need a warm up, you can, but I'd like you to go into rank to play these games. Cool.
Okay. I'm gonna do one casual to see how it reacts with me screen sharing.
Yeah, no problem. Also, when it comes to me talking, right, while you're in game, do you get distracted by people talking to you while you're playing the game, or would you want me to start coaching you immediately? I know people are different, and some people
Yeah,
prefer,
I don't mind
quietness.
if you speak while I'm playing.
Okay, cool. Your graphic settings are pretty high. Do you have motion blur on?
I don't know.
It looks like you have motion blur on. I'd take that off so that you can see the screen a lot clearer as your camera's shaking a lot more.
Oops.
Well, we started the game off 1-6. Let's see if we can bring it back.
Yeah,
Right.
it might be a little bit far for me, but
Yeah, hey,
let's
you
see what
never
happens.
know. What's your
I know
preferred game mode, too?
I like threes the best, but
Mm.
threes I found definitely you get kind of a mixed bag with who you get in your groups. So it's hard because you could get a large string of games that just are awful. Oh
Mm.
boy, wow, that was close. And so it's been hard for me to pick that lately because I keep getting groups of people that are just not good.
Right. So, I mean, we're in Plat 1 as well, so it can be hard to carry the games if you're at the same rank as them and, like, at the same skill level. Though that
Yeah,
doesn't mean at all that it's impossible because people do it every day. So, whether your teammates are bad or not, there are a lot of things that we can do beforehand to set ourselves up for success. So, we'll kind of go through those things, the choices that are made in between a lot of things. I like coaching threes. A little bit about me is that I like coaching threes the most because one, I love playing threes the most. I think there's the most strategy with threes.
yeah. That
Uh,
and that's always. Oh, whoops! I'm messing up my teammate here. That's always my favorite. It's because there's a lot more to it than just with twos, it's a lot of you kind of both go down, and one's got to peel off and go back, and while one kind of shadows, and then oh, oh man.
Mm-hmm. But yeah,
Yeah, threes is definitely a little bit more like, yeah.
it gets complicated when you start putting people, a lot of people interacting with each other.
Yeah, and I can move to threes too. I can go competitive threes once this one's over too. It looks like it's running okay, which is nice.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, well, I definitely want you to change your video setting from motion blur to off, because I think that's we need to be able to pick up every information, every piece of information we can. It's in video.
Yeah.
And if things are blurred out, we're going to have a very difficult time picking up information like what direction the car's facing, whether they're supersonic because the purple that's behind them, the trail is blending in with the purple of their car. We just don't need extra confusion with that, so
Yeah.
I highly suggest that. I usually tell people to lower their video settings all the way too, but I also know that some people enjoy the game and how it looks. So
Yeah.
if like that's a real big factor for you on how the game looks, then I guess keep it. But if you can sacrifice video settings for the highest like resolution you can, definitely would go for that.
Okay. Yeah, I don't mind changing it.
How long have you been playing? No.
I've been playing off and on for probably 2 years. I started originally on oh, what happened? You still hear me?
Yeah, I can still hear you.
Oh, okay, that's weird. It just said my headset was disconnected. I was like,
oh yeah, I heard you the whole time. That's kind of weird.
Okay. Well, came back 1-6 to 4-7. I would have won that game if I started it, but
Yeah, that's
it's
true.
all right.
Yeah, what'd you win? 3-1? Yeah, you won 3-1.
Yeah.
I think it was 6-1 when you started.
All right, so we'll change some settings here. So you want
And
you
video.
know where motion blur would be. Oh, video.
Yeah. Oh, you have everything on. Yeah. For me, I have everything off except transparent goalposts. Because everything's kind of flashy for me. I put render quality on high quality because you want to see the most you can. Do you have only a 60 frame monitor?
It's I'm not honestly sure. It's I have a Surface Book 2, and that's what I play on. So
It's probably you play on a Surface. Oh dang.
yeah,
Yeah.
the
That's
Surface
interesting.
Book is like a notebook rather than like the tablet. But
Oh, okay. I was thinking of the tablet. Okay, that
yeah,
I was gonna say, how are you getting these frames then? Like, I was say that's incredible. Yeah, everything.
yeah. The Surface Book has a
resolution's
1060
really.
built in.
That's why. Okay, that's why it looks a
Yeah.
little bit different. But actually, you're all good then. These are all my settings that I have going for me, just to get the most
Cool.
frames you can. So,
Yeah.
other than that, go to gameplay next. I just want to see if you have notifications on. Let's see. No, go to interface instead. And yeah, connection quality, that's fine. Rocket IDs, metric. I just wanted to see if you have notifications during gameplay. I think that's distracting. I mean, it's up to you whether you think it's distracting, but that's a little bit down. Not matchmaking notifications, just the go down to notifications during gameplay. You know, they have the symbols
Okay.
that pop up like epic save, right? I don't think that stuff's
Oh yeah.
necessary at all
Yeah.
to you playing the game. So just to get all the distractions out of the way, and hopefully the game to you doesn't look too different to where you feel different, but we'll see. We'll go into the games, and
Yeah.
if things don't work
Should
out,
be-
you could just change the video settings back. But
Yeah. All right. So we'll go here.
so you've been playing for 2 years. You started on what was it again?
I started on the Xbox, and I moved to PC because I found that I had. Hopefully, is that really loud in the background?
No, I don't hear it at all.
Okay. Um, I ended up moving to PC because for whatever reason I have my laptop with me usually if I'm at work and nothing's going on I'll be able to play, but only on my PC, not my Xbox. So I tried to go back to my Xbox. It's like the input lag or something is so awful. It feels like I'm playing in quicksand. I can't play on it anymore.
Yeah, I feel you on that. It's if you're hooked up to a TV, especially, because I don't know what it is. Like, it's just all TVs are made with input lag. That's insane. But people, I know a lot more console players are playing with monitors, like hooking up their
Yeah.
stuff to monitors, which really does help a lot. Kind of gets rid of that problem. But
Yeah.
the only issue I really have now with consoles is that they're locked at 60. So if you wanted to go above to 144 or 120, you have that limitation. But honestly, like, I mean, you'll see console players in the top 100. It's not actually a factor. It's just, oh, the gameplay looks a little smoother, and I guess that's nice, you know?
Yeah. I'll have to give that a try because I play on an older TV in my bedroom, and it's not old. It's like a flat screen, like a
Mm-hmm.
modern flat screen TV, but it's not built for gaming, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, I found my old Xbox 360, and me and my brother started playing Halo on it, and we hooked it up to our TV. And using a controller on Halo after years of not playing it, I was like, oh my god, nothing's responsive anymore. That's because I've been
Yeah.
playing on a monitor for the last 6 years. So, uh, yeah, I would not want to deal with that input lag.
Yeah. No.
So 2 years. I've been playing since January, but I started getting competitive at the game in March because
Nice.
a friend of mine, like saw me play, and he was like, "Hey, you're pretty good. We should form a team." And we got smacked, several times because we're pretty new at the game. But
Yeah.
uh, after doing that for a while, we just kept playing competitive with each other and started analyzing our replays and kept climbing up the ranks. Were you around when the ranks were Rising Star and all that? And Challenger, Elite?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. That's like the big time that me and my friends were playing the game a bunch. So it was,
Oh, nice. Okay.
miss those days.
Yeah. Yeah. This is the first time I think I've ever been platinum, but I've started watching people's YouTube videos
Hmm.
and trying to
Oh,
critique myself
the
and
game right now on Discord is a gray screen. It like only happened right when you loaded in. So whenever you have a chance, like in your game when there's a goal, just go to stop screen sharing and change it
oh, and
to
reshare. Okay.
yeah. You can not stream Rocket League, but share screen instead, and then share the monitor that you're on. Because I don't need to hear the sound. I just need to see the
Okay.
gameplay.
It's really weird playing with this lower settings, but it's not bad. It's just
Different, yeah.
yeah. It's like it's like playing Halo. It's like going backwards and playing like Halo 2 again or something.
Right. That was I saw that on Steam they announced that they were gonna release the Master Chief Collection. I got really excited because I don't buy games really that much anymore. Pretty much all I play is Rocket League, but Halo is a game that I'd go back to, and once that gets released on Steam, I don't care what the price is. I'm gonna finally buy a game.
Oh, sorry, my dogs.
Don't worry. You're actually like, if there is background noise that I hear, which is occasionally, it's so quiet that it like will probably be hardly picked up in the video.
Oh man, slow. It takes it a second to switch.
Yeah, no problem. You're on full screen, right? So it'll be pretty laggy when you tab back in.
Yeah. Stop sharing. Share screen or window. There we go. I want that one. Share. Team's gonna be mad at me.
Yeah, it's fine. I won't be mad at you, so don't worry about it.
That works.
And
Oh
it
crap.
looks like the screen's like broken.
Is it
Okay,
showing it now or?
it's showing your wallpaper. It's a nice Volkswagen.
Oh yeah. So it's showing my other screen. Hold on.
Yeah.
I will wait till another
Yeah,
goal.
no
I
worries about
told
it.
it to pick this screen, and it
Hmm.
showed me this screen, and then
That's odd.
okay. Sure.
It is loading or something, or it's like zoomed in. Can't tell.
Okay, I'm gonna
Yeah, that's weird
pick
that it
the
was
other
streaming
one.
your Rocket League just fine, and then it turned into a gray screen. It's back on the same screen that you were on.
Okay.
Oh, there we go. I'm looking at Gamer
Okay.
Sensei right now.
It does something weird when I
Oh, when you tab back in, like full screen?
yeah. Yeah, is it showing the picture of the car again, or is it
Yeah, it's showing the picture of the car again.
okay? I might have to go to windowed mode and
Hmm.
oh man, it's still
Probably.
laggy when I switch back.
I've never run into this issue actually.
I'll you know what I'll do is I will unplug my that monitor when I get a chance, and that should fix the
Sure.
problem. Oh shit.
Do you play any other games?
Not really.
Oh, hey,
I
there's Rocket
play.
League.
Cool. Let's see if it.
Oh,
Oh,
it's
minimized it.
yeah.
It does weird things when it does when the
Oh,
monitors
there
switch.
we go.
There we
Now I
go.
can see it. All right.
Oh shit. It was too. It's still trying to catch up from
Yeah.
switching.
So pause the game real quick. Go down. Yeah, options. Go to input buffer and switch it from legacy to STS, and then switch it back to legacy again. It's a little trick that when you full screen games and it gets really laggy, that changing the input buffer and putting it back will reset the buffer.
Oh nice. Okay.
So now you shouldn't lag anymore. It's
Oh
really helpful
shit.
for us full screen people because I would play on borderless if I could, but my screen locks at 60,
Yeah.
so I can't really do that when I paid for a 144 monitor.
Oh
So
shit. Yeah. So I don't really play too many others. I'll play Fortnite every once in a while because my son plays it.
mhm.
And my buddies all started playing Apex, and so I've kind of been playing that a little bit, but
Mhm.
not too much. I'm not very good at it, so I tend not to.
Mhm.
Shooters and a controller are not my thing. Shooter and a keyboard, I'm okay.
Oh, I'm the opposite right there. Shooters and a controller, I do better than like other people on controllers, but it's still I'm at a disadvantage to keyboard and mouse players. You can knock that up the wall. Oh, this should be fine still. Good job being patient. And that's an open net. Great.
Nice.
You tend to rotate inside a lot, where the ball will be on one side of the field and you'll rotate on that same side that the ball's on, and you'll find
Uh-huh.
yourself that you're under the ball a lot of the time, which makes it really awkward to get blocks and stop the ball since we're looking overhead rather than coming from the outside and
That's
viewing the
true.
ball and the field. It's fine.
So when you
Hello.
see me do it again, let me know, and I'll so I
Sure.
can try and.
Here you're rotating inside right now, and you bumped into your teammate.
Oh, yep.
Here you're waiting under the ball while that guy's flying, and I would say you can like move around to change your camera to know if he's going up for the ball or not. Because you sitting there,
Yeah.
you're not changing your camera angle to get new information at all on the ball and on that guy's
Yeah.
car. And if you had, it would have looked like that he wasn't going to hit that ball, and you could have gone up a lot sooner.
Okay.
Are your do you think your kickoffs are inconsistent?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, okay, I'll go over that. Make sure to save this. Well, I mean, let's play one more game after this and then save that replay. But
Okay.
I could show you off of that kickoff alone right there that it feels like you'd have inconsistent kickoffs because of how you flip into the ball.
Oh boy.
You can go up for this. You don't have to wait. Are you confident in aerialing?
Not really. I've been getting better at it, but it's still a pretty new thing for me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice. That was a nice
Oh, well, that's
goal.
a goal. There we go. And Russo's gone. Because you look uncomfortable when the ball's floating in the air. They're relatively
Yeah.
easy reads too, but you're taking extra time to read it and make sure you're guaranteed a hit. And while that's okay because you're in ranked and you want to guarantee that you'll get good hits, as you climb up, people are going to be faster than you really quickly, and you're going to regret not practicing going up for the ball faster because now you have to not only practice aerialing, right, but now you have to practice aerialing at a speed that you're not at yet. No one's going up for
Yeah.
this ball. That ball's floating up in the air. This is your time right now to take advantage of those moments and start flying towards the ball and beating these people
Okay.
out and getting touches.
Yeah, I've noticed I've been getting better at that. Like some especially ones that are like slow floaters, I find, and ones that I feel like are awkward, like that they're at a position where I'd almost have to go straight up to hit them.
Mm-hmm.
I find myself going really slow for, but you'll see sometimes when I start to get a little bit more comfortable, I'll I'll go up and I'll hit some aerial balls and I'll do okay and I look like I'm going for them quickly, but
Mm-hmm. Also, you should say you got it on kickoff. Don't allow two people to go for kickoff there.
okay. Oh no, I don't have any boost. Dang it.
Yeah, you missed a lot of boost pads, the little ones, on your way to the ball. You can go up wall.
Oh man.
Just get boost pads while this ball's floating. You don't need to
Oh,
go for that one because your teammate was forward in front of you. I know I just told you to
gotcha.
practice them, but your teammate's in the position to hit the ball there, not you.
Yeah.
That's the difference between someone who ball chases and someone who is just faster than other people. Close? The idea is right. We have to hit that before it hits backboard. Good job. Pick up the 100. You go up the wall. Teammate's there. It's fine. Good job backing off. Your third man back, so just play cautiously. You can collect small boost pads while your teammate's making a push up the field. You've had 62 boosts for a long time. You could be getting little boost pads and have 100. Do you have your air roll bound to anything?
I think it's bound to um it's bound to my left stick in, and I do it like if I do the flip back like
The half flip?
a half roll, yeah, half flip, yeah. I'm still not very good at those, but I try and practice them anytime I
Mm-hmm.
have an opportunity. Oh,
What about air rolling in general when you're aerialing, though?
um, not really, no.
That I think is more important than air rolling because I'll teach you a half flip trick. I mean, I don't know how you half flip exactly, but the way that I half flip requires very minimal
Oh
turning.
shit.
Unfortunately, but your teammate's got your back. You
Yeah.
rotate far side like that. That's a better way to rotate how you are, is like around the goal rather than through it. You're pushing up
Shit.
like right next to your teammate. Your teammate's got that spot
Yep.
covered. You can be in the back post right there. Teammate's up. We can still be patient here because the play's not happened. Now we can push. That was really laggy.
Yeah.
He's going to hit that back to you. You should watch out. Don't hit
Oh
it. Damn.
fuck.
We can just clear out right there. That's you coming inside again rather than just staying
Yep.
away from the play.
Yep. Oh, and he had it. Oh man.
Unfortunate. We'll push past towards the next goal, though. I'll definitely start with talking about certain mechanics. After this game, to save the replay, this is you. You should be going up for that ball a lot sooner, not allowing that guy to
Gotcha.
take a shot. Good job, follow it. Good hit. Take ball cam off so that you can look at the field. Take ball cam off. Oh, wow, that went in. You know why I'm
Lucky.
telling you to take ball cam off in those moments?
No.
You can't see goalie when the ball's up in the air like that. You don't know how that
Gotcha.
guy's positioning on the field. Also, the ball's not
Yeah.
going to be changing direction anytime soon because you just hit it, right? So
Yeah.
you can look at the ball indicator if you need to keep track of the ball that's on the ground, and you can watch the goalie. So you can pick up way more information. That's your ball, by the way. Your teammate was heading back the whole time.
Okay.
You're gonna back up in net because your teammate's covering the near post. That's unfortunate with your teammate there. Keep staying backside so that you can cover a side that your teammate's not on. Good job. Go for that. It's all you. Never mind. It took too long to decide.
Yep.
It's okay. We just stay back. Let them do their thing because it's confusing right now. You stay back post right now. Okay, cool. He doesn't go for it. Back up. Back away from your teammate. I know we can't read these people, right? Where it's just like, oh, they come in out of nowhere, right? But you can take... Oh, my God.
Whoops.
I know that our teammates are unpredictable and we can't read them, and we have to take responsibility on our own gameplay on how to change the field rather than sticking where we are and being stubborn about our positioning. Because even if we make the right play in our positioning and our teammate doubles up on us and it's his fault, we have ample time to change the play of the field to get us in their position while they take ours. Comes up. This is all you. If you can touch this. Oh, well, we weren't online to hit it anyway. You can scoop it in. Oh, that's your ball. Never mind. You're going to back up now because that guy's beating you. Oh my God, there are whiffs everywhere.
Yep.
All right, rotate far side. That means you're going to go to the far side post. You can collect those boost pads along your way.
Oops. Wow. I'm really bad about doing that.
That'll definitely make your life a lot easier if you can collect those small boost pads. Let your teammate push this. It's okay. You jump for this. Close.
Oh.
There's going to be a 50 there. This is all you.
Oh.
Close. It's okay. You follow
Oh,
up.
get in there.
Oh,
no.
Unfortunate. You got bumped. That's fine. It happens. We could have had a shot on net earlier, but it's okay because we're playing back. Wow, no one's aggressing. We jumped way too early for that, too. We didn't need to aerial. And save this replay. There'll be a lot to talk about. I'll start off with talking about half flipping and aerials and stuff because, I don't know, it seems like you're not comfortable with having the air roll on left stick, which is a pretty big factor.
You want me to pull into it now?
No, press OK.
Oh, okay.
Like, yeah, you're going to send me the replay file itself, and I'm going to
okay, cool.
Send you that. Do you know how to do that?
I don't, but you
I
explain
can
it, I'll figure it out.
I can tell you. Let's see if I have the path copied here. I do. Cool. Okay. So it goes from your My Documents, My Games, Rocket League, TA Game, and Demos. So I wrote it in Discord, so you can read it there. TA Game, Demos, and then sort it by modified and go to the most recent one, and then you can drag that into Discord. Great. And this just helps me so that I can change like the perspectives as I need them to be.
Okay. And do you want me to watch you watch it, or do you want me to
screen share it right now? But I'll start screen sharing like certain things first, like my I'm gonna do free training, and you can stop screen sharing your screen so that it's not as laggy. You can see the pen, right?
Hold on just a second. I quit Rocket League because it'll kill my battery.
No
if I play it for like an hour and 15 minutes, it'll eventually kill it. So
no problem.
Cool. Yep, see it.
Cool. Okay. Extras, replays. What did you name this anything? Was it
GS.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Here. Okay. Oh, let me start actually with the half flips first, and the because I do think that those things should be changed immediately.
Okay.
And I'll kind of try to avoid talking about those things, like when I'm saying like, oh, you need a half flip. Well, we're gonna be learning that. So I don't know how you do it, but for me, when I'm doing this, I'm not air rolling at all.
Oh, okay. That
Yeah.
looks like it'd be a lot easier.
Yeah, this is. I wish I could show my controller. I should probably get one of those controller like software things that show like what I'm doing, but I'm not touching my air roll button. And why I'm doing that is because you know how you can stall your car. Do you know how to do that? Like it'll
I
look
don't.
like this, where you start backflipping and then your car will just stop.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've never done that though. But
Oh, okay. So you're going to do the backflip right, like normally. So me going like doing whatever with the left stick back, right? You know, do your second jump. So are you using Xbox controller?
yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna do A, and then you're going to that's the backflip, right? And then you're gonna push up on your stick, right? And that
Yep.
stalls your car immediately. How you change like half flips, right? Is let me try to describe it this way, right? That when you stall your car, the only axis that gets stalled is your what would you call? I guess y-axis, right? From
Yeah.
bottom to top. So here will be stopped completely. Your left to right is not changed at all. So if you try to stall when you side flip, nothing will happen. Nothing changes about what's going on. So
Yeah.
the big trick here is that when you diagonal backflip this way or diagonal backflip that way, right, and then you stall forward on either one, that your car will then stall in this position going backwards, right? So nothing's changed. However, because you're doing a rotation to the side to complete the diagonal flip, that will not change. So you'll actually flip your car automatically over like this. And
Okay.
there's no air rolling involved in that kind of play. So you'll see
Okay.
it.
So what I one of the videos I watched was the guy suggested basically remapping the air roll to the left stick in, which is why I have the air roll mapped there. And so I do the back flip like that, push forward in the midpoint of the yeah, like that
Like
is how I
this.
do it.
That seems incredibly difficult.
Yeah, I've gotten used to it, but it's just like finding the
Like
situation
this,
that it's
right? Like you have to.
yeah.
Because for me, you can notice a problem in here pretty subtly, right? That when I'm doing this, like, my car will snap if I go any sooner, right? Like, you'll notice that there's like a little snapping motion when I'm trying to turn it.
Yeah.
So,
The timing is
the-
hard on it.
so you're like trying to do this, and you'll notice that my car's floating for a really long time because I am not allowed to push down on my stick at any moment, or else I'll spin out.
Yeah.
And that creates a lot of air time that you're in the air. Like, let's say you have to half flip from a neutral position. You're gonna be like floating for a really long time. While as if you just do the thing that I'm talking about, you're already on the ground. Like, there's no other work, which is bad timing. You're already flipped over without having to do this stall thing that happens.
And so you're just like going diagonal down into
Yeah.
the right or diagonal down into the left rather than just straight back.
Right. Because doing it straight back like this, like, the timing, one, the timing's hard. Two, I feel like you have to jump pretty high to turn your car, like, over pretty cleanly as well.
Yeah.
That kind of way. While here, you can immediately just double click and do, like, a backflip and push it forward. Now, I won't say that I don't air roll at all. I air roll a little bit just to correct my car and make it land perfectly stable. Because if I don't, like, it'll look like this, right? Like, pretty smooth, but you'll notice that the side wheels over here are touching the ground, which will cause a messy landing if we're moving at really high speeds. So I just throw an air roll in a little bit just to make it land smoother.
Okay.
So that's one thing that I'd say to work on immediately, and you can test that out right now if you need to or whatever. But the other thing is that by taking your thing off of the stick, which, I don't know, to me that's uncomfortable. To you it sounds like it's uncomfortable. I put it on left bumper, which to me allows me to, choose when to turn my camera, turn my car. off to this side, and then I'm like, oh, I have to start going this way, and then now I'm turning back in. Rather than holding a stick, right? Because if I push in my stick, I will start influencing the direction of my car also subtly, because now I'm like, I can completely take my hand off of the car and go like this and go like left to right or whatever. But if I have to hold my stick in, it creates another variable for me when I'm like, going through the air. So
that makes a lot more sense. I think I just have to get used to it. It probably wouldn't be even that hard to get used to that. I'm just not used to using the bumpers, because the only time I use a controller is Rocket League, so it's like relearning the controller all over again. But I will definitely rebind it to those and try and do that instead, or learn that too.
And air rolling will unlock a lot of different possibilities with your shots, your recoveries, your landing. It's really important to get that comfortable, because if you're like on this wall here, we can't just go like this and start turning our car in. I don't even know how you would do it, like sliding maybe like that.
You don't. It's as graceful falling as you can.
Like, to me, it's just so much easier doing that than it is to, I think you would have to go like this, that, and then that.
Yep.
To go forward, which is a lot more mechanically intense than I think that we need it to be. That's what a lot of this game is too, is making hard tasks a lot easier with certain tricks. So anyway, that's that. Got that out of the way. And I would suggest rebinding that to a different key, like left bumper. Also, your drift, I looked at it and it didn't look like you were drifting too much or cleanly in your games. Which do you feel like you don't drift as much as you need to?
I probably could drift a little bit more than what I do. I try to I don't know. I try not to do it too much unless it's necessary. I feel like it takes a long time to do, but I don't really have a better method of doing it right now either.
So the reason why, just off of this, right, there'll be a later kickoff that tells me also that your kickoffs are inconsistent, but you'll notice that you flip into the ball, like, rather than flipping through the ball. And the difference between those two is that this one, like, when you flip into it, your car's already over the top of it, right? I don't like that color. Hold on. There we go. You're flipping over the top of the ball, which means that you have a lot less, like, control over how the kickoff, or the counter to the kickoff, I guess I should say the battle of the kickoff, right, is a lot less in your control because you have your backside facing into it, and also you're allowing the top of your car to make contact with the ball, right? Someone that knows what they're doing on kickoff will see this and will change their car direction into wherever they would like, because you've already made your move into the play.
Gotcha.
So flipping through the ball instead involves you flipping into the ball at the moment of impact, right? Rather than flipping into it before impact. You'll get the same speed, but your car, you'll notice, is a lot more stable when flipping into it, because your flip animation is going through as you're making contact with the ball. So you won't be going up or down really that much. It kind of cancels out both of these momentums. And then also your car will flip in the direction that you've chosen. So again, like, depending on how you choose to hit the ball, your flip will help guide that hit into it. Whereas if you flip after the fact, you can actually bounce off the ball now because your animation's over, or your car can be pushed off to the side instead of you fighting against it. So does all that make sense, like what I'm saying?
Yep. Yeah, so wait and flip, like in the last second.
there's a million different ways to do kickoff, to be honest, right? Some people will use a tiny bit of boost and flip first, and then land on the ground, and then flip again into the ball, right?
Okay.
That's one way to do it. Another way to do it is just boost the whole time and then flip into the ball after you're done. The only problem with this one is that you have 0 boost at the end of kickoff. Yeah. So it's kind of unfortunate, but it allows you to be the most stable you can be as well. So low risk, low reward kind of thing, right? Or I don't know.
Yeah.
And then I don't know. There's like fast kickoff and stuff. You don't need to know those things though. Yeah. You just need to know how to read those things, which that didn't happen in the game. This is what I was saying earlier too, that you had mentioned, like, oh, I have no boost, right? The guy takes your boost, it's whatever, right? That guy just took the boost, so we don't worry about that. Our path, though, to the ball is going to be a lot different than how we took it, because we need to hit this pad first and foremost, because we need boost, right? We skip over that immediately. Next pad right here is right in sight on this side, so we go here, now we have 24. And now we can actually shoot with just 24 boost immediately.
Yeah.
But now we don't have anything. We can't go supersonic, and I think the only pad we hit is the one that we're about to hit right now. This one. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we haven't accomplished anything with that play. So memorizing the boost pad's important. You just noticed that you missed several boost pads on the way back as well. Right here.
Yep.
So we have, first off, all this line here that we could be taking instead, because even though we're coming in inside here, our teammate's hitting the ball at this moment, and like the ball's going to go over our head. So it's whatever, right? We missed the boost pad in the middle as well, and we missed this boost pad right here too. So taking all that into account right there, that's 48 boost that we could have extra, so we'd have 60 in the tank instead. And it just makes our job a lot easier. I told you to go up the wall here because off of this play, this guy's a mile behind the ball, right? And this ball's moving really quickly, which means that this guy's not catching up to it anytime soon. You need to go up the wall immediately, because this ball's going to hit off of this wall and come to you. And that's about reading it and being more confident, right? This ball's coming right to you, and if we had immediately started going over here, we could actually make contact with the ball. And since, I mean, why, like, observing this play, now I'll ask you, like, why do we win this every time? Even if this guy makes contact. Let's say this guy makes the best contact of his life, right?
Yeah.
Why do we win this ball?
I'm not sure.
Oh, like, look at the angle that he's coming from, right?
Yeah.
So, like, how are we hitting this ball from this angle, and how is he hitting it? Like, he's going to come from underneath, right?
Yeah.
So now how's this ball getting hit?
Up.
Up and down the field, right?
Yeah.
He's going to hit over all these people's heads. One of the big things about platinum level gameplay is that people push up way too far, right? They either push up really closely to the ball because they're really anxious to get the ball in the goal, and they don't like seeing the ball go across the net, right? And no one hitting it. Two, you'll see that, or you'll see someone really, really, really far back that's not in the zone to make a play at all. This ball getting hit really far away, you're causing a really huge clear for them, so they're going to have to get a really big hit. And to be honest, I don't think Platts actually cleared the ball that well. So you can kind of, if you see a guy back, right, like, I'll pull up a hypothetical scenario. You boom the ball down the field, and you notice that there's one guy down the field here, right? How do we move towards this ball now? So we're here, right? Ball is here. We have 100 boost, by the way, and this guy's going to clear the ball, right? How do we move now across the field, given this information?
So if he's going to clear it back towards the way I'm coming.
Yeah, he's looking to get a hit on the ball, right?
Yeah. It would probably go up like where the arrow in the bottom is pointing up towards Spaz, and then turn off. So where the boost pad is that's just in front of him, I would probably be up to about that point. I would turn back inside to the left, and that's what I would do, like, if I saw that happening.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, a lot of problems arise from this, right? What direction is this guy going to hit the ball?
It's going to be going the opposite way of where I'm turning.
Right. Which is already, like, you know, not good from this right here. Just, like, turning in on the inside, the ball's not coming to you on this way, right? So we know we don't want to be anywhere towards this side of the field. This guy could wrap around, right, and hit it forward maybe, right? Yeah. But also these are plats. They're just trying to hit the ball forward as well. So the ball is going to be on this side of the field, right? Along here. Two, how much power is this guy hitting it with?
Full.
As much as he can, I guess, right? And that's all dependent on his capabilities. How far can this guy boom this ball down the field now? Should we be up here if this guy's booming the ball down the field? No. Like, it's okay to be patient here, right? But how do we want to turn now? Because this guy's going to hit it as hard as he can to the wall, right? He's going to flip into it and everything. He was going to try to hit it here. Is he going to hit it here? Like, I don't know. I can't tell you that because I don't know what this guy's capable of right here. But what I can tell you is that his potential to hit the ball is all the way up here, right? Which means that you can start looking this way, right?
Yeah.
Like, we haven't committed to the wall yet, because if we do that, and let's say he gets a drooper and it just follows along here, then we're coming down along the wall here and we're forced to hit it inside, right? Which might not be a bad play necessarily, but we give ourselves so many more options if we stay down here. Notice it's a drooper and it's like, oh, okay, look at, I just hit this on the inside here really softly and come around and then can shoot it in, right? Rather than limiting our options. So, what this position does, and what I'm going to be, like, a big theme that's going to be happening, is that you're playing two different positions at the same time, right? You're playing the ground here in case he hits it anywhere on the ground out to this field, right? You're also going to be ready to play the wall if he hits it anywhere on this side of the field. You'll notice at higher level gameplay that that's the case. Like, it'll be 3 people on the field, however, they're really covering all of the field at the same time. It's not just one. So now we'll continue through. That we should have been, this is kind of a tangent, but it's also a lesson as well, just looking at this right here. So, unfortunate, pick on the miss, it's a misread. It happens. The only way you get better at that is by playing the game more. Here was where I told you to go for the ball more, but, like, looking at this, right, I mean, you have this guy, it looks like that we're looking at the ball and not the rest of the field as well. That there are all these other factors playing in. I don't go for this ball because I see this guy here. And if he doesn't go for it, one, you only have 23 boost, which means you're not going to get a good play on this. And even if you do, what's going to happen when you're done with the ball?
Nothing. You can't do anything. You don't have a boost.
Right. You've hit it now. I mean, assuming you hit it forward, right? And you haven't wrapped around the ball, which you could wrap around the ball and shoot this on target, right? But one, you don't have a lot of boost, so it's going to be really difficult. Two, I expect you to hit this forward anyway. And now the ball's in the corner, and it's not near their goal, and now you have 0 boost. So not only do we take into account this guy, but we also need to take into account how much boost we have in this play. So it's kind of what all plays into it. You back off though really quickly, and now that boost is yours, right? Yeah, cool. Here we can turn left because this guy's going to hit it left. He doesn't hit it, but we can still stay patient here. Allow for whatever to happen. I think it's fine for you to back off since it's a little bit confusing what's going on. This aerial's, like, bad, but the idea is right. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't want this ball to just fall in front of our net and, you know, hope for the best that these people are bad. We shouldn't play the game as if they're bad. We should be playing the game in case they're bad, you know?
Yeah.
You flip the wrong way. You diagonal right flip there. It goes harder into the corner, but your teammate picks up the slack. This right here is you coming into the ball, and you're deciding whether to go for it or not. And it's taking a little bit too much time. One, do you know where our teammate is right now?
I do in hindsight. He's to my right, but I don't know exactly where.
Now, let's say that it is in hindsight right now. Where can he possibly be?
He could be pretty much anywhere down along to the right behind me or up and to the left, even all the way up to the left boost.
Now, we just came from the left side, right?
Yeah.
So we've been coming in this whole way, so we know that he isn't on our left side. Like here, he's not in this corner at all, right? Yeah. If we're listening to our audio as well, which I know you don't have audio in this screen sharing, the audio is coming from this right side of the field right here. So he's you can hear him on this side as well. We don't know exactly where he is, but who has the better hit here now? You or the guy on the right?
He does, yeah.
All right. So allow him to do whatever he's doing. You, in the meantime, can pick up boost pads. Do something else productive. Also, what this allows you to do, I mean, I don't know what this guy's doing. He's probably sitting in net. Of course he's sitting in net. His default camera settings, of course he's sitting in net. So what you can do, right, is you can pick up a boost pad, right, circle around here, be around the outside, and you can take ball cam off in this moment right here. What this allows you to do is this allows you to see him. Oh, my teammate's sitting in net, right? Which means that I'm going to play another defensive role that he's not right now. And so I'm going to watch. I'm going to take ball cam on again to look at the ball and where it's going along the field. And I'm going to, you know, play off of whatever play Spaz is going to go for.
Yeah. I think one of the things I usually, I have been trying more to take ball cam off, but previously there were so many instances where, you know, if I took it off and I lost sight of the ball for a second, that would be the moment that someone would hit it just right, and I should have been watching where the ball was, and so I still hesitate to do that. But I think my gameplay has increased enough to the point where I don't need to worry about that as much. The level of gameplay is a little bit higher where I shouldn't have to worry about that as much, but yeah, I definitely need to work on that.
Right here too is head up high. You go for the save here, and like to me, I mean, Sam's got it over your head, but you've like you're basically going for a bump on your teammate here because of how much forward momentum you have. You need to
Yeah.
fully stop your car if you're trying to go for a save. I don't think you should go for the save either. Well, the way that I would
Yeah.
go about it is not be under the ball. You're playing inside again, right here.
Yeah.
And then that's what I was saying. Like this kind of save is a lot harder than imagine you being here now instead, and you come from this side instead of coming from
Yeah.
here and hitting backwards.
So now, if you go back
Yes.
to where I was,
So we're
so
here, right?
in this moment, I'm moving forward.
Mhm.
Should I have just basically stayed there and stopped to see where it was going?
Not necessarily stop, right? We want to keep our momentum going because we don't want to kill our momentum in any
Yeah.
particular like place. However, we can do something more useful, right? Like in the meantime, this boost pad looks really nice. We can collect it, just to give us 74 boost now for the next play. This
Yeah.
boost pad too, we can pick that up as well and turn away if we wanted to, since the ball's up in the sky a lot more. And this is assuming that you're not going for this ball at all, right? Because really, the right play to go for is to come across here, aerial up, and knock this down, right? And it's going to hit the corner part here. And do you know what happens when the ball hits the corner here? Like on the inside, or sorry, outside corner, I guess you'd call it, this bottom corner.
It would bounce up and in towards the middle of the field,
It would bounce
or
up, but it would stay a little bit, like it'd stay a little off the wall, but it would be along the wall, is what would
okay.
happen. Because the ball is heading down and towards the wall, and so then when it hits off the ramp, it'll come up and towards the ramp, or towards the wall again, right? And so then you
Yeah.
would land on the wall from your aerial, right? And then you'd follow up on the next play. That's the correct play
Okay.
going on. I don't think we're ready for this play at the moment yet, though.
Yeah.
So in
No.
the meantime, right, we're not going for this play. We could be picking up that boost pad and that boost pad. Here's where you went wrong, though, is when you turned here. You turned inside. Instead, you should be
Yeah.
turning the exact opposite way, and this is where our drift button comes really handy, and we start using a little bit of boost to kind of rotate ourselves in. So now looking at this
Okay.
from a fly cam perspective, um, you would hustle to get this boost, right, and not just come around here and go this way, right? You would instead take your path to go along here, here, and you turn in like this, and your path is going to be towards this backside right here, right? What this allows is
Gotcha.
that if this guy shoots it into the far side, this guy's not going to get it, which means it's your save, and you jump up and you can make this save. Because also, you notice how much distance there is now, like from the outside from you coming in, rather than you being under the ball. It's going to be a lot easier
Yeah.
for you to save from this direction as well.
Yeah.
So there's
That
that.
makes a lot of sense.
Also, now imagine in a world where this guy hits it really high. This ball hits it. He hits it up here and it hits backboard, right? What's
Yeah.
your play then? If you're
So
right here.
yeah, so you go straight up the side of the net there, up the wall, and you can hit it up off the wall.
Yeah, exactly. Like you've again, this is another situation where you're setting yourself up in multiple defensive positions, right? Where
Yeah.
you've got the wall play that you have available here. You have the inside play if you need to as well. You can play net if you need to because your teammate, like let's say, slow roller down here, right? He pushes the ball, and this guy is just full on sprinting, and there's going to be a 50 that happens, right? Well, now you're playing net.
Yeah.
So in this simple
Yeah.
position with this rotation right here, you're covering 3 spots on the field: is the shot, the net, and the wall. Now, how to recognize this, right? Like, what's the thing that ultimately leads to this is recognizing, one, that you don't have a play on the ball, right? Which means you should not be approaching the ball. If you don't have a play, don't approach it, right? 2, we need to use context clues on where this guy was, which you came from this side of the field, which means he's nowhere along here. Oh, whoops. There we go. He's nowhere along here, right? Which means he's
Yeah.
somewhere off in this corner. So you have a guy in net, which means that you can rotate around and pick up the boost pads. 2, picking up boost pads will also dictate how you path along it as well. And
Gotcha.
yeah, I think that's mainly it. And then also leaving
Okay.
yourself open for those multiple options. So any questions
Yeah.
with regards to all of that?
I don't think so. I think that was that's just where I have to remember when I'm around net like that. I just have to remember to
Mhm.
look to see that somebody is over there and turn the opposite way that I think I need to turn, because I think that's a pretty common thing for me to do is turn in on the far side of the net, like
Right.
looking at where I'm stopped right now, the far side of the net being the furthest goalpost, instead of turning when I'm like kind of heading that direction, instead
Uh-huh.
of turning in to the right, I always need to turn to the left. or if I'm coming the other way, turning to the right. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but I can see it in my mind.
A little bit confusing, but I think that as long as you keep this in mind, right, is that once this ball gets hit, right, and you decide in your own head you're not going for it, right? These decisions need to come in your head too, really quick.
Yeah.
Like, am I going to touch this now, or am I waiting for it, right? And
Yeah.
like this branches off into a lot of different decisions. If you're waiting for it, what are you looking at?
Yeah.
Like as a question, what are you looking at? Like if you're going to wait for this ball.
I I think that if I like in this moment, the same my guess is in that moment I thought that I was probably not going to beat that guy because I've been trying to keep myself
Hmm.
away from going up to in putting myself in 50-50 positions where I instead of doing that because I often lose those um, I've been trying to key back down and instead put myself into a better defensive position.
Hmm.
um, so I
I
think in
mean,
this moment, I thought I was going to lose that and decided to turn in and play defensively.
so I mean, avoiding 50-50s is like because you don't have the confidence on your 50-50s doesn't mean that we shouldn't go for 50-50s still. In the same way
Okay.
that if we're not confident with aerials, it doesn't mean we shouldn't go for aerials, right? It actually gives you
Yeah.
more of a reason to do those things so that we can learn off of those as well. Because you'll notice that in pro play and higher level play, right, that some people prefer 50s, right, where yes, I want to hit the ball the way I want it, but this guy is now playing defensive, which means that if I do hit the ball, it's just going to go right to him, right? So instead,
Yeah.
I'm going to keep the ball near me and make him come to me. I'm going to 50-50 with him, get my well, before this all starts, I'm going to make sure my 50-50s go the way I need them to. I'm going to have him commit to me, and I'm going to beat him on the 50, and therefore I've taken a guy out of the play now, right? Like
Yeah.
off of that, and now you've created an advantage for your team and for your own play. That
That
doesn't
makes
mean that you should
sense.
stop on that. So that's one thing. There's that. Two, the decision to when he, you can't beat him anymore, which I feel like the decision comes in around here. Like it comes in a lot
Hmm.
later,
Yeah.
which to me, this ball's been floating for a long time, right? Or we look on this replay here and it gets hit. And what do you notice? Like, why am I not worried about spaz for a long period of time? Like, do you know why?
Yeah.
What do you see him doing?
Oh, because as soon as he hit the ball,
Uh huh.
he started floating and like he lost control of his car.
Exactly. Like it's a huge detail right there that allows us to one know that we can go for the ball, right? Two,
Yeah.
you have to decide. You have to notice this information immediately off the bat, right? Where like that ball gets hit, right? This ball is now not changing direction. You see this where it has this arc right here? That means it's going
Yep.
this way, right? And all of my life have I never seen the ball go like this and then off this way. So
Yeah.
this ball is going to follow this one arc, which means our eyes can shift direction now to who just hit the ball, which was this guy, and seeing how much of a recovery he has. And it looks like he's
Yeah.
not recovering well. And that's the moment that it needs to click in to go. Um,
Yep.
Two, I mean, also taking in the information here that there was a guy on your right, I wouldn't commit to this ball unless, I mean, I would have committed to this ball a lot earlier. But let's say that I was at my own skill level and I figured that this guy would go for it and not me. I would be doing the thing that I was telling you about, where I'd pick up a boost pad here, here, and then I would check right to see if this guy actually is going for the ball. If he's not,
Okay.
then I need to look back to see if I can beat him to the ball. Let's see if this guy recovered in time. If he's still flopping around, this is my ball to take. If he's now recovering off of it, I need to take a wide turn out again and cover
Yeah.
that side of the net. So all these things
Okay.
come in, and these little details right here will clue you in on what's going on. So
Yeah. Okay.
fine. You didn't need to jump for that though, because I know you were looking for a block, but the shooters. I think you were looking at the ball and you saw a cluster of the colors going on right there, whereas like orange and blue all surrounding the ball. But
Yeah. I tend to do that.
you don't. Again, we don't need to be looking at the ball so much. We need to be looking at what's going to change the direction of the ball, and it would be those players on the field. So you got a breakaway though, and so that works.
Yeah.
This kickoff right here let me know that your kickoffs were really like probably what is it called inconsistent, because
Yeah.
like the way that your car hits it is like this flat board along here, and if someone comes in off of this, it's gonna fly off in the air. So just as a reminder to flip in as you're hitting the ball, not before you are.
So even that one was late then, right?
Yes,
Because
even
that one
that
was a
one
little
was.
bit.
Oh, it was early, right? Because you, or sorry, or yeah, early, because you want to flip later into the ball, right? Because the moment that you flip is,
It's about when I hit the white circle, I think.
So I'll go into slow-mo right here. This is the angle that your car is hitting the ball at. Right here. You see this ramp you've provided for him? Like, well, technically, right? Luckily, this guy's doing the exact same thing as you, right? Which means that we don't end up getting punished for this. But now imagine someone being stable with this ball and hitting it with their nose, right? This ball's going to fly off into your corner instead.
Yep.
And you're going to be put on defense, and you're entrusting, by having a bad kickoff, you're entrusting your Plat 1 teammates with a 2v3 defense.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you, but I don't trust them.
No, I don't.
That's why I say I never say to trust your teammates. I always say to delegate tasks to your teammates. Where, you know, whether you, I'll pass the ball to them still, and whether they score it or not is not up to me, which means I'm already doing something else. That's more important for me to do. Whether it's collect boost, demo, whatever. This is fine. I mean, awkward pinch, right? You can come in here. That's a misread, but your teammate bails you out.
Yeah. That's my one of my biggest problems is mechanics and actually making contact with the ball when I'm in a high speed situation. I just don't a lot of times.
So again, this is about like looking at what's going to change the direction of the ball, and for me, it's the ground right here. So you should be looking at the ground instead, like right here of the ball, because it's going to be a lot harder to track the ball as it moves rather than looking at the ground and seeing when the ball hits the ground. In this moment, it's like kind of like looking at this in between space right here, and if you need help like tracking the ball, you look at the ball indicator, and this will help you sorry,
That's okay.
read the play a little bit easier, and it's just making your task a lot easier on you. This is poor positioning in net because one, you're covering the same spot this guy is, right? Two, if this ball gets hit over his head, right, you have a little bit of a wider angle, but how are you going to hit this ball if this ball comes across in the middle right here?
Yeah, not.
You're going to be hitting it inside, right? Even if this ball's overhead, you're going to be hitting it like along this wall, and it's going to droop down into the mid. Anyway, so this is about, again, I think this came from you turning in too much. Like you can just like wider turn out. So again, what I want you to do, actually, what might help you with this, right, is I don't know if you've heard this before, but I like to imagine that there's a little gate that you need to pass through every time you want to be goalie, and it's this spot right here, the little gate right here on this side that you need to pass through before you can consider yourself a goalie. And this allows you to be near or outside post right here, so you can use your boost to go up for saves, go up high, but also you're covering a zone that this guy's not now.
Yep.
So try to picture
and
that.
So it would be exactly the same. Like if this play was on the opposite side of the field, the gate is the exact opposite side of the goal, right? So if I was coming in, that's what I was talking about earlier. That I was confusing you. So.
Oh, okay, I see that now.
Yeah.
Here again, we're like covering two spaces as well. Here's an idea too. This is not too important, right? Well, at higher level play, this is important, right? But what I don't want is them to have resources on the field, right? And I don't know if Sam is going to get this boost or not, but to me, this guy has more boost advantage, like because the boost is closer to him, right? You don't have a play on this and you have 100 boost, just take this boost away from the field and then leave. What this does, I don't know who takes this boost, but I like to take it off the field just in case, like something happens. And I think Sam took it. I'm not sure. Yeah, Sam ended up taking the boost. So it's fine. He didn't have like much boost, but to me, I don't trust that he was going to win this. To me, this looks like a random play that like, you know, it was praying to the gods that he lands correctly and he doesn't land correctly. And now he lands on the field. And he didn't even mean to go over the boost. He's just hitting the ball as well.
Yeah.
So if there was more, like just having that idea in your head too, to, you know, take these resources away from the opponents forces them, instead of staying in your zone, to now go back and head back and clear up some space for you now.
Okay.
Staying back here, this is fine because you don't have a reason to push up here. You're pushing up a little bit, but we go back. This is the moment here where you need to cut this play off immediately, and it's being very attentive of when this ball gets hit. Your eyes should be deadlocked right here on this guy. You're like, all right, this guy is coming in right here. He's going to change the play right when he hits that ball. Now you're going to look to see where this ball's heading to, and to me, it's heading towards this wall, which means by like virtue of the bounce, it's going to bounce in the mid, which means now I'm heading mid. And you would see me, if I was playing this game, I'd already be pushing up forward on this ball. Okay. If, let's say, miraculously, this ball was hit a little lower and you made the mistake of creeping out and this ball hits the corner, right, and bounces up in the air, what do? Now that you pushed out, the thing that I was telling you about where you were on this side looking in and now you're going to hit the ball, inside your net, right, if you were to come at it. Well, now you're in this position, right, and the ball got knocked up and it's hugging this wall here. How do you play this position now?
So should turn up and around to the left, right, and turn back around so that you're coming back. So that it's because let's see, it's hard because both of my teammates are over on that right side.
It's a little bit awkward for them, right?
Yeah.
But this guy's facing this direction, right, and this boost just spawned, and I am assuming that this guy does not have a lot of boost actually on this play from prior context on the field, how the defensive plays have moved. So let's see. This guy has 0 boost right now. Because I've been watching along the field and seeing how much this guy has been pathing over the boost pads that would happen, and when's the last time he's picked up 100, which I have not seen him do that at all. So now this ball is bouncing up in the air. This guy has 0 boost. This guy has 0 boost, right? You know this now. Where are you heading if you're pushed up in this position outside of net? And this ball's bouncing and it's coming along the wall, staying along this wall.
Should, in that case, I turn up to the right and go up the wall?
Exactly. You go up the wall and you hit this off the wall. You don't have to jump at all either, because this ball's, as long as it's along the wall, right, that you can pop it away from the wall and not commit a jump to it. Because once you start jumping, then you have to start aerialing. And now you've committed to a really big play. But if you pop it out in a way, you can look at where that ball's going, and you can jump later and aerial into it later if you need to. So there's all that hypothetical scenario. We should have been coming at this a lot sooner, and then you had to make the flip to make a save just in case he hits that on target, and now that ball just kind of rolls in front of net. Here again, you should be swinging wider. Like this to me looks like a really tough hit to make. You didn't need to be here to begin with, though. You could have swung outside right here, used a little bit of boost to circle around, and now you've swung around the entire ball and you're booming it down the field.
Okay.
But instead, like, now you're jumping and your teammate hits it away, whatever. But with you swinging on the outside, you'd also see that Sam was coming in from the inside here and trying to hit it, which means now that you've swung from the outside here and you notice that and you trust Sam, let's say, with that hit, you can now swing on the outside here and now run along with the ball.
Okay.
You've allowed yourself another play. Now, let's say we don't trust Sam, right? And you notice Sam's going to hit it. And to me, it's okay to actually hit it past him in the ball chase right here. And that's because of how these people are moving along the field, right? The only person that's going to hit this ball is this guy, because this guy is moving this way. This guy's pushed up too far forward, and this guy's backwards heading this way, which means you hitting it along this wall here will force a touch out of him, which means the only guy you have to read is one guy on the field, and it's this guy. And now you can wait for him to make his play. Let's say he fucks up, you keep moving into the play. If he doesn't fuck up, you're playing cautiously already to wait for his hit. So.
Yeah.
So now I noticed that we're running a little bit over time, and I don't want to also go over this and you have something to do. So do you have anything to do right now, or
Well, I worry about your time too, because you're, so it's up to you.
I'll spend a little bit more time because I do have to eat dinner still. I'm on the West Coast, and it's only 9 p.m. right here, right? But I do have to eat. But I do want to make sure that you're taking something away from this as well.
Yeah, no, I think I have a lot to work on off of that, and I think that I can go now and start trying to put some of that into play and see what I can do to improve wider swings, gating on the goal.
Yeah, big thing is the gate right there. So picture that in your head.
Yep. Committing earlier, like seeing what everybody's doing and committing early, or knowing how
Yeah,
the ball's going to play. So
big thing is recognizing whether like we can commit or not by looking at these people as well, all
yeah.
on the field. So yeah, that's those are some big things. So I'll stop
Okay.
the video here actually.